Simply family, here I am outside the Riviera, as you can hopefully probably just about to see on this beautiful sunny day, just opposite the Den. And I felt God stir my heart just to make a couple of videos, one for Riviera, one for Powwow, just encouraging us as a church about the things that God's wanting to stir in our hearts. And it's been just over 6 years since we properly stepped into this building, which is crazy. 6 years. And we've just been praying. We just had a prayer gathering this morning at the Riviera. Some of the staff at the Riviera getting together on Tuesday morning to pray, and they pray every day, but just more concerted to seek God's heart. And just reminded 6 years that God's been here and sustained us and provided. And one of the things I was praying was that sometimes it's felt like that God's provided far too late, and yet he's always provided. And there's been so many anomalies, enigmas, paradoxes, questions over this place. We don't need to be here. Why are we still here? All of these crazy things, and yet God still hasn't told us to go anywhere. He still wants us to be here. We're still just being faithful to him, and there's got to be a purpose in us in terms of our faithfulness and trusting in him. There's got to be a purpose in the way that he wants to connect and reach out to this community that he's placed us in, for us to keep being faithful, even though it's super tough financially and all of those kinds of stuff, and yet we trust the one that holds all things in his hand. And so I just wanted to encourage us about this place, and I'm going to go in now, and I literally like 1 minute 40 seconds ago, literally just said to the guys, I'm just going to make a quick video. I'm going to come in and just ask you some questions, so they're not prepared for this. This is totally spontaneous, and I just want to come inside. I just want you to hear something of what God's been saying and doing. So just going inside. We've got Ethan's on this morning, I think. His head's down doing something, filling something in. Here's Pippa.
Hello.
Hey Pippa. So I've just been saying we're just coming inside. I haven't really briefed you guys apart from 2 minutes ago, literally to say I was going to pop in. All I wanted to say is, could you just share with us, this is Pippa, everyone knows Pippa, there's Jane in the background there. Just maybe just one testimony, one story of how you've seen God work in this place just fairly recently, either in somebody's life or in a situation.
Yeah, I think the first thing that comes to mind is just a conversation that was had on Saturday, and that was from somebody that has just started working here, and he was the one that said that actually he thinks people come here because of the presence of God, and although he didn't recognise God for himself, he could see that God was at work amongst us as a team and as a family and as a body of Christ. It is the first thing that comes
Brilliant.
to mind.
Perfect, fantastic, thank you. Jane, have you got any story that you... Thanks, Pippa. I'm just going to come through here. A story that you feel that God's... how God's
I can
work?
just see. Yeah, we have a regular customer who comes in, and I've always just said, hello, good morning, how are you? And it's always been very sort of normal. But one day, a couple of weeks ago, he just opened up to me and just sat and shared what was going on in his life. And I just stayed there and sat. I didn't pray with him. I just listened to him and held his hand, and he didn't sort of give his heart to Jesus. He didn't do anything that way, but I just felt a softening in his heart. And it's so important to sit and listen to people, and it's a real privilege when people feel able to share their story with you.
Fantastic, thanks Jane. So just literally off the top of their heads, just two amazing stories of people recognising God working in this place, and obviously Jane just being able to pray with somebody, and them just experience God, even though maybe nothing obvious took place. It was still a demonstration that God is working in this place, and that's what I want to encourage us with. The Riviera is a place, yes, where we gather on a Sunday sometimes, and other different things take place in here. But God has given us this building for now, for however long it is, whether it's for another month or whether it's another 6 years. And we're going to be faithful, we're going to be obedient to whatever it is that God asks of us. And so I really encourage you to be praying into the things of God, praying into the guys here. There's a bunch of people that volunteer, there's a bunch of people that work. Many are from the church and believers, some are from other churches, and there's also a lot of volunteers or people that work here that don't know Jesus. And so there's a real opportunity to share the things of God with people here, both to the staff and those that come in. And here's one of the things I'd like to encourage. This may not be your usual place where you hang out. You might have your favourite coffee house that isn't the Riviera, and there may be places that you prefer to go to, but there's a real opportunity for us to be family here. There's a real opportunity for us to come here and to be able to share with people, to be able to encourage the staff, to be able to pray, maybe even volunteer. And I know many of you might not be able to volunteer, but if you can, if you even have an hour, a few hours, half a day sometime, it would be great to hear from you. Or if you don't have time or the capacity to volunteer, it'd be great just to see you here, just to be able to come in, to chat with the staff like Pippa and Jane and others, to encourage them, or to be able to pray with somebody, or just to share with somebody that they're here, maybe just to come here to come together as a family. And I've seen it before where a few of the guys are here praying or reading the Bible. But I just really encourage us to use this place, for however long God's given it to us, to come and be here when you can, even though, like I said, it may not be your usual cafe that you go to. That's part of being family. It's still coming here because it's not just about us or what serves us, it's about how we love and serve Jesus. And so this place is open Monday through to Saturday, and I really would encourage the church to maybe be using it more, to have a presence here, to know that God's here, and you never know what he might do. So I'm really encouraged by the stories I've heard. Like I say, I didn't know what they were going to say, but I do hear many stories of what God's doing. And so I want to encourage you, and I want to encourage us to keep praying, to keep going, to be part of what God's doing here. So thanks for listening, and hopefully I'll see you all guys real soon.